Here lies Lord Walden, who requests that any speaking ill of him box their own ears. Here lies Baron von Thornlair, the finest poet in Rivellon. Here lies Vissar, soul stolen by the Merrimack, who said she'd rather die than socialize and went to live among the wolves. Here lies Fluffy, gone to the great litter box in the sky. Here lies Lady Cordelia Grain, whose hats were nearly too fancy. Here lies Raskadruxes, born a lowly goblin, died the 72nd mayor of Sicil.
I've spotted something interesting.
venom churns within me!
Stance of the stalwart! Surrender now!
Spirit is weak.
My true skills lead to your false steps.
Is invincible.
Paralysis hit! Ironclad and fleet of foot, I'm invincible.
These toxins cannot be denied!
It's heating up.
Here lies Lady Bravey, a forgetful mum who had 2 babies. Maybe.
What a character that Ebenezer is! Preaches more passionately than a priest. Only he speaks against the heavens rather than for them. Quite curious, but I've grown fond of him and his eccentricities. I tend to avoid thinking of the life I used to lead. The life of a traveler, a sailor, a free spirit. Those memories would break my heart. If a heart I still had.
Go on then, Eb. Speak your piece. There's something to it, isn't there? Strange. Strange indeed.
Strange. Strange indeed.
Strange. Strange indeed. Strange. Strange indeed.
Strange. Strange indeed.
Go on then, Eb. Speak your piece.
There's something to it, isn't there?
For some reason he insists he doesn't want to go to the Hall of Echoes, to the afterlife. He claims we weren't cursed, but blessed to roam Rivellon forever. Most of us feel sorry for the poor fella. Yes, the realm of the dead. If not for this curse, we'd have been there for more than a decade by now.
A mortal! Aha, well, surely I don't have to tell you how much better a life, or death, here in Rivellon is compared to a dreadful eternity in the Hall of Echoes. Beats me. We're hardly the only Sicilians lost at sea, but there's some strange magic afoot of late. The dead can't seem to stay that way. We were all aboard a ship, headed from Arata to Fair Sicile, but upon our return, the lighthouse failed to shine its light. We were lost upon the rocks and flung far and wide upon the tempestuous waves. The name's Ebenezer. Pleased to make your acquaintance. You've probably been meeting some sad souls around here, but I sure as hell ain't one of them. In life, my interests were soft weathers, southern vintages, sun-ripened afternoons, and ample-fleshed companions. Each sense was a source of new and familiar pleasures, and I luxuriated in them all. As a ghost, I admit that many of those pleasures evade me, but Rivellon still smacks of life more than the Hall of Echoes could. Though half the fun of fun is sharing your exploits with an eager ear, you know? Oh, what I'd give to find my little buddy again. The best listener I ever had the pleasure of regaling. The final resting place for those deemed worthy of paradise. Paradise after life? Ha! Look around. Paradise is opening your eyes. Or in my case, gazing through the ectoplasm and seeing the wide, wild world around you. Can you imagine anything worse than being stuffed up into oblivion with the rest of the dead? Ah, give me tragedy, chaos, beauty, and delight. My companions would do well to stop pining and start enjoying, no? The ship that sunk and turned us all into phantoms, she was home to a sweet old tomcat, Oscar by name, who'd curl up cozy as can be on my pillow. We shared many stormy nights while I scratched his little chin and whispered stories of my youthful exploits. But I reckon cats don't stay on as ghosts after they pass, because the little furball is nowhere to be seen. That, or the lucky bastard managed to survive the wreck. He was a scrappy old fellow after all.
My mother would scold me well and good for standing here and listening to all Ebenezer deriding the gods, but what else is a ghost to do all day? He's one of us, after all. I'm but a drowned sailor, like there have been so very, very many. For some reason, he insists he doesn't want to go to the Hall of Echoes, to the afterlife. He claims we weren't cursed, but blessed to roam Rivellon forever. Most of us feel sorry for the poor fellow. Where the dead go to live a proper afterlife. A much more welcoming environment than this dingy cemetery, I'm sure.
To it, isn't there?
There's something to it, isn't there?
Come to listen to Ebenezer expound upon the virtues of fine wine and free love? They don't elucidate, but they certainly do entertain. I am but a restless ghost, longing for eternal ease. A virtuous life I led, and I long to go to the Hall of Echoes. For some reason, he insists he doesn't want to go to the Hall of Echoes, to the afterlife. He claims we weren't cursed, but blessed to roam Rivellon forever. Most of us feel sorry for the poor fellow.
Strange. Strange indeed.
Come to listen to Ebenezer expound upon the virtues of fine wine and free love? They don't. I tend to avoid thinking of the life I used to lead. The life of a traveller, a sailor, a free spirit. Those memories would break my heart, if a heart I still had. For some reason, he insists he doesn't want to go to the Hall of Echoes.
Strange.
Here
Strange
lies
indeed.
repeating Liam. R.I.P. in peace.
Go on then, Eb. Speak your piece. Strange. Strange indeed.
Here lies Valius the Mute, whose death was unheard of. Here lies Saoden, world-renowned
There's something to it,
fortune
isn't
teller.
there?
Honestly, I had no idea. Here lies Igniphus, finally at peace with a life of terrible,
Strange.
terrible choices.
Strange
Just awful.
indeed.
There's something to it, isn't there? There's something to it, isn't there? There's something to
Go
it,
on
isn't
then,
there?
Ed. Speak a piece.
There's something to it, isn't there? There's something to it, isn't there?
Strange. Strange indeed.
Strange indeed.
Let us make them pay, friends. We'll be hearing from you for a while.
Go on then, Eb. Speak your piece.
Make it count.
Strange indeed.
Go on then, Ed. Speak your piece.
There's something to it, isn't there? There's something to it, isn't there?
Ready?
Strange. Strange indeed.
There's something to it, isn't there?
No glory in this death.
There's
Go on, then,
something
Ed.
to
Speak
it,
your
isn't
piece.
there?
Strange. Strange indeed.
There's something to it, isn't there?
There's something to it, isn't there?
Go on then, Ed. Speak your piece.
Strange. Strange indeed.
Here lies Onomatopoeia. Whoosh, bam, splat, and she was gone.
There's something to it, isn't there?
Go on then, Ed. Speak your piece.
Strange. Strange indeed.
Go on then, Ed. Speak your piece.
Strange. Strange indeed.
This day we fight. This day we win! Engaged!
We treat our conscripts like kings.
A dance to the death, and my steps the daintier.
There's something to it, isn't there?
Easy does it.
Quickly now!
Surrender now! does this hit? I crave never-ending motion. Precision stunts.
Fortunate! Heed my cry! Soaked to the skin!
Go on then, Ed. Speak your piece.
There's something to it, isn't there?
Strange indeed.
Snare of the scoundrel. The perfect battle pattern.
There's something to it, isn't there?
There's something to it, isn't there? Go on then, Ed. Speak your piece. There's something to it, isn't there?
You try to enter the church. The statues that flank its heavy oaken doors address you.
Hold your horses, stranger. This holy hall may be entered by those who are loyal to the goddess only. And even eyes of stone can see you are no such creature. Ha! Who are those loyal to the goddess, it asks. They are those who have seen the powers of blood, ignorant one. They partake in the knowledge of old. Blood is life. Blood undoes death. Such is the wisdom you cannot even conceive. It is a wish we cannot grant unless you prove you have knowledge of the goddess. Answer us therefore the following question. How is she known among the loyal, the exalted one, she who speaks for the goddess?
you try to enter the...
Hold your horses, stranger. It is a wish we cannot grant. How is she known among the loyal? The exalted one. She who speaks for the goddess. Before such piety, we cannot remain as stern as the stone we are shaped from. Go! You may enter the church. The loyals are lucky to count you among their number.
Ah, Source Hunter. Have you come to lend your blood to our cause? How much simpler all this would be if only it was so. Still, I cannot blame you for struggling against me. What reason have you to trust me that your efforts are misplaced? But now, with Brachus Rex nearly risen, there's little more you can do to hinder me. Perhaps for the better. When we first met on the beaches of Sicile, I underestimated you. That blunder has cost me dearly. Still, after all, you need not know more than this. The end is coming. The end of sorrow. The end of pain. Those who oppose me oppose peace itself. And here I thought you'd seen it yourself. Tell me, what is the imp historian doing, if not begging you to divert the void? So, you're familiar after all. You know as well as I that the void is coming. In fact, if I'm very precise, it's already here. But you need not be afraid. The void is ourselves. We are destined to rejoin it. I have chosen a dark and dangerous path, but I vow that those sacrificed have not suffered in vain. My only wish for all of Revellon is the soft hush of silence. Brachus Rex was the forefather of our cause, the original Immaculate. His resurrection brings Rivellon one step closer to the ultimate solution. Dissolution. Wouldn't you like to meet him? The sorcerer your order was formed to destroy. I'm certain he'd love nothing more than to meet you. Follow me. Find out.
In the footsteps of the brawler. 7 inspire us. Get up! swiftness. A hidden switch. Perhaps it has something to do with opening that hatch. A switch much like the first. Could there be more? Three down, but how many to go? What was that? I heard... Well, what's this I've spotted?
Wow. Hello there. And who, pray tell, might you be? Oh, let's just say I keep the place in check. Tidy it up. I'm no one important, really. I've learned to appreciate anonymity. And forgive me if I prefer to distance myself from any possible mishaps you adventurers can cause. Quite unpleasant to get involved. Authorities knocking on your door in the middle of the night and so on. Forgive me if I generalise, but some of your lot are as crazy as they come. I once thought you a quaint sort, but over the years I've come to realise that about 1 in 10 is downright dangerous. Lock up behind bars, paint the key blue and toss it into the sea material. Now I can't help but wonder, are you cut from the same batty cloth? Why've you come here after all? What's the point of it all?
The mysterious stranger gives you a long look and, after what feels like a vast eternity, nods.
Kay.
strange magic here. I'll have to find a way to deactivate this barrier.
Eternal silence awaits you.
The immaculate amulet fits perfectly inside.
Done. Malia. Precious Malia. Source Hunter. Ha. By the health of the Seven, you're here. There may yet be hope. Perhaps you remember me as a healer. But gods, what a herald of death I've become. I'm beyond redemption now. But you alone may save Sicil, may save all of Rivellon from the horror I've summoned. King Brachus Rex from the tales of old. He lives, the mad Source King, the Lord of Chaos. I have awakened him. I've done a terrible thing. I've raised a mad king from beyond the grave. I imagined so very foolishly that I'd be able to extract an ancient secret from him. But with a simple flash of his arcane magic, I was finished. I'll tell you all I know, Source Hunter. Resurrected, revived, the king lives. But not as the man he once was. He retains the mark of death upon him, like a festering wound. The last of the mad Source Kings he was, and the tyrant who nearly condemned Rivellon to oblivion. He began the War of Wars, marching brother against friend, until every land and home burned with death. It was during this dark time that your order, the Source Hunters, was formed. Brachus was defeated, and Source outlawed from the land. Brachus was a dangerous monster, but he achieved things no man or mortal could have dreamt of. He alone is said to have known a great secret, how to break the Forge of Souls. I promised to extract this secret for a woman calling herself the Conduit. In exchange, she vowed to reveal to me a certain power of her own. In hindsight, I see that I dealt with the devil, and I've received my damnation. I was given a great stone, a bloodstone, but more charged with life than any I'd seen before. The Conduit said it would imbue Brachus with life enough to share the secret she craved. But what he has become, his powers have all returned, and I cannot stop him. My failures are so many, I can hide them no longer. In my pursuit of the Source King, I've called forth abominations that neither I nor any other can destroy. The ghoul that guards the lighthouse, the Baron of Bones, the twins by fire joined. Their ghastly faces haunt me, and they in turn have rifled through the graves and sarcophagi of Sicil in search of undead minions. Undead, Source Hunter, unkillable. I fear this plague may never end, no matter how many times the rotten dead are defeated. Curse her name, her hell-sent promises. She claims to be a link between her goddess and the world of men. I never believed her divine claims, but I could not deny her great power. It was she who showed me that Bloodstone could be used for more than healing. Her stones, particularly powerful and potent, could raise the dead. What could turn any soft soul towards wickedness? My weakness was love, and it was love that she promised me. The Conduit had shown me how to raise skeletons and zombies from their graves. But what I craved was something far more rare. A second life. A true second life for my wife Malia. She was a beautiful soul, snatched from the world of the living far before her time. Now the conduit's promise seemed simple. A secret for a secret. I'd tell her how to break the soul forge, and she'd tell me how to bring Malia back. You can defeat the unholiness I've raised, Source Hunter. You can save the countless innocents that will perish under the Source King's mad fist. I pray... No, I believe you can reverse my failures.
At your command, my friend. Lead, and I will follow. Seal is far more fair from here than from Reginald's wretched podium.
Here now, one who comes to watch the spectacle, to see the sovereign of the Source ascend again. Or perhaps you are the first in a long new line, the first that will try to stop my dominion again. Oh, by the emerald eyes of the goddess, would you believe that I can still feel it ever so vaguely? The force of the stab that cleft my heart and sent my soul shivering into death.
But my followers have done it. Ha! They have done it like I knew they would. Blood, the thick, red gravy, the source of souls, has been yielded unto star-sent stones and has swept away the eternal shadows. How long has it been, I wonder, my first repose in death? An hour? The time it takes the seas to tear down cliffs. It is of no matter. I live, and I shall claim my throne anew. A fable I may have become as time dragged on, but a fact I am once more, little one. Don't all of you miserable mortals realize that they who are one with Source have thrown off the burdensome mantle of death forever? I embraced Source. I drank it, made it part of my blood and my being. And so a warlord became a sorcerer, and a sorcerer became a king. The fools of this world dubbed me a tyrant, for the gods convinced them I was such, fearful as they were of my rise in power. Armies amassed, too many. Scores I slew, too few. Death took me, too soon, but not for all time. Ha! Not a thing. There was a woman once that went by that name, until I mangled her body into that of a lich. Oh, my sister dearest, Cassandra, and her man-cat. Mere pets of mine, the both of them, tools to bruise and break as I saw fit. They bled so very beautifully. The reason for my resurrection, O simplest of spirits, is that I was destined to be. Were it not for the vainglorious fools that raised me now, it would have been another, perhaps wiser being that would have done so in time. And time is of no matter, only to be eternally. A woman seeks my secret, for her soul is entwined with another's, yes. Where once they were inseparable, now they have grown apart in purpose and intent. But my secrets are mine to keep. Perhaps when she lies shivering before me, pledging alliance to her king, I will break her forge before I break her. A source hunter. So you are, though you are so much more, and do not even know it. No matter, they still smelled like you do, by the by, your brother and sister hunters, as they closed in around me that first time. Fear. That most sly, most intangible of scents. Drowned out soon afterward by the acid stench of urine. I had but to look at them, and they rusted their chainmail where they stood. I undid so manifold they had to wade through the gore of the fallen. Oh, what a feast, what fountains of gravy we had. Alas, that there were too many, as there clearly are too many of you still. Although life renewed has made me rather peckish, and from the looks of you, you need but the slightest of squeezes to make squirt the sauce's sauce from your soft, fleshy shell. Yes, look at you, plump as a leech bulging with freshly sucked blood. Oh, I do believe, as my servants would say as they brought in a squirming, plump girl on a plate, that dinner is served. Stand by.
Ready?
I can walk through fire and ice.